Good morning, everybody. I'm back in my studio, and I was going to today work on a cold wax and oil, and I'm going to do an abstracted landscape. And what I'm going to use today is this, and it's a multimedia board, but it's already mounted. As you can see, it's already mounted, and it's wonderful because you don't have to worry about mounting it later. So I'm just going to take it out of the packaging, and the edges are wrapped very nicely. It has these corners on it, as you can see, like here. So that protects the corners really well from getting damaged. And it's really nice. And this particular size is, it should tell me on here, it's 11 by 14. I think I'm going to save these corners for later. Never know what you might need them for. But when you're using multimedia board, you do not have to. And here I have already put my gesso on, and I put it on with a brayer, and it got it nice and smooth. And what I used was the Holbein gesso, and it comes in many different colors, and this one is the orange. And like I said, it comes in many different colors. I like the orange, so I'm going to use that today. And it comes in this nice plastic container, and you just take this little knob off and then squeeze out the amount that you want. I did put it on with a brayer and got a nice smooth surface. You can use many different other kinds of gesso if you want colored gesso. Of course, there's black and white. Liquitex makes a black, Bob Ross makes a black, Holbein, they all make a black gesso. So you could use black, and you can also use Matisse. Matisse is another gesso, and it comes in, I'm going to say, up to maybe 20 different colors. And Matisse makes 3 different paints, and they all come in the same jar, so you have to look over here to the side what it is. And this one says background, and the background is the gesso. They also make a structure, which is a heavy body acrylic, and they make a flow, which is acrylic as well. So make sure it says background. That is their gesso, and it comes in many different colors. You can also, if you do not have a colored gesso and you want to have a colored background, is to mix a little bit of acrylic with white, and you can get with white gesso, and you can get a color that way. However, you don't want to put a lot of acrylic in it. You want it more gesso than acrylic, so you have that nice ground. I don't like to use it because you can't get the vibrant colors like you can with the regular gesso, because it's there's a lot of pigment in it. And if you used acrylic, of course, it would be watered down with the white gesso, so it would be more of a pastel color. And the reason why I like a colored background is because I do a lot of scraping and gouging into my different layers, and I do not want to go back to white. I want to go back to a color. So that is the reason why I do the color. So I'm going to let this dry, and as soon as this is dry, in just a few minutes really, we're going to get started. So I will talk to you soon. I'm going to mix my colors for a landscape, and I'm going to work in the oil and wax. And I have white and black. Let me go over my colors so you know what I'm using, and then I'm going to mix them up. This pile here is the Gamblin Transparent Earth Red, which I love. It's a beautiful color. Here is Utrecht, and this is the Cad-Free Orange. And I like Utrecht's Cad-Free colors, Cad orange. They're Cad colors. but they're non-toxic, and this one is the orange. And this one is Gamblin Indian Yellow. Gamblin Indian Yellow. And here we have Chervon's Raw Sienna. And then we have Gamblin's Green Gold. Gamblin's Ultramarine Blue. Payne's Gray is another color that I love. This is Williamsburg's Payne's Gray. And then we have Gamblin Portland Gray Cool and Warm White. And over here in the corner, which you cannot see, is Gamblin's Turquoise Cobalt. And I just have just a tiny little bit of that just in case I want a pop of turquoise. So those are the colors that I'm going to use today. And I already have my cold wax out, as you can see, and it's about 50-50. And I usually put a little bit more in white than 50-50 because I like to make my white a little more transparent. If you remember, the more wax you put in to your oil paint, the more transparent it becomes. So this is my white, and the white that I use that I really like is Gamblin's Flake Free. Let me say that again. It's Gamblin's Flake White Replacement, which I really like it, and it's non-toxic. And remember to always wipe your palette knife. I'm going to make sure this is turned up the whole way. Looks like it is. Often. And I'm going to mix up the black. And then I'm going to mix a couple values of gray. Okay, there's my black. And then I'm going to take some of this white, put a little bit of black into it, make a light gray. A little bit more, because I'm going to need quite a bit of this. A little bit more black. There's a nice light gray. Then I'm going to make a darker gray as well. Some more white. And more black this time. And that's a good color. Perfect. And then I'm going to mix my transparent red. It's Transparent Earth Red by Gamblin. Isn't that a beautiful color? And I am going to mix a little bit of white with that. Make a lighter shade. And this is my Cad Orange, which is Cad Free by Utrecht. Take a little bit of that down here, and I'm going to mix some gray with it. So the darker gray. Get a beautiful green. Look at that. It's like an olive green. White, really good. I'm going to take a little bit more of this and mix some white with it. And just have a lighter shade of orange. And this is Indian Yellow, which is another favorite color of mine. Most of the time this is the only yellow I use, and you can see it's very close to the orange, but look what happens to it when I put white into it. Turns into a brilliant yellow. Okay. Then we have raw sienna. Get a fresh paper towel. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of orange to it. That's nice. And a little bit of light gray. See what happens. There we have a greenish mustard color. Beautiful. I hope you can see that. And this is green gold by Gamblin. And we know if I add white to that, it's going to get much lighter. Let's see what we get. Kind of a yellowish green. Pretty. And then this is ultramarine blue. And I can tell right away that I am going to need more wax. And this is some extra wax right here. It just had more oil into it. So I'm going to add more wax to that. And then here is Payne's Gray. Which I absolutely love. And I'm going to take some of that Payne's Gray and I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to mix some white into it. Make a blue-gray. Look at that gorgeous color. Woo! Nice. I'm going to put some more wax into that as well because it's still pretty shiny. That's better. Then over here in the corner is my Cobalt Teal by Gamblin, and that's what that looks like. But I don't think I told you what this is. This is a warm white, another favorite color of mine. It's a very warm white compared to this. I'm sure you can see the difference. I'm sure you could make it if you would use white and just put a hint, an absolute hint of raw sienna into it. And this is Portland Gray light, which you see is kind of close to that though. And I'm going to put that here and even put more white into it. I'm going to have to make some more white. I'm already out of white. Okay, I want to mix some colors up right and get some more white right now. And I'm going to mix up some more white. Don't want to make my white dirty, so I'm going to get all of this color off of here. Then I have to go and get some more cold wax and mix the white up and mix this up. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Okay, if you remember, this is my multimedia board that's already mounted, and I purchased it this way. And I put gesso on it, and this is orange Holbein gesso. And this is a 11 by 16. So 5.5 is halfway, so I know that this is halfway right here. and I don't want to make my horizon halfway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to 6, or maybe just a little bit below 6. And then my tree line is going to be around up here, so I should be okay. This is not halfway, this is halfway. So this is where I'm going to draw my line. And I think I'm just going to, let's get rid of this. And I wanted to go uphill just a tad. So I'm going to start down here. So I'm just basically drawing out what I want. And then my tree line is going to be something like this. That's going to be my tree line. Of course, I'm going to have some openings in here and whatever too. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Then there's going to be some trees in through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my colors and start painting. But I think I'm going to stop this. Yeah, I want to make sure you can see this. This is my tree line, kind of. So, and then I'm going to have some trees in through here. That's what we're going to do, and I'm going to start this tomorrow. Thank you, and I hope to do most of it with a palette knife, and I hope to finish it tomorrow. I'm going to time myself. I'm going to give myself no more than 40 minutes tomorrow to get this finished. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.